Yo, what up? How it do? It's your boy JDQ. Peep the sweater. So in this video, I am starting a new playlist on the channel, all right? And it's going to be dedicated to me reacting to videos from channels that I am a fan of, have been loyal to throughout the years. Just I love their content ever since I started watching their videos. So I had subscribed like really fast and have kept my subscription with them throughout all this time. I'm talking about like years. I want to say at least 5 years or more, or between 2 to 5 years. So on tonight's video, the channel from which I'll be reacting to a video from is the channel under the name of A Call for an Uprising. All right. This is a truther, and he does a lot of analyzing videos, doing videos on stuff that has come out on the news, where he sees that some subliminal messaging may have been produced or projected. And so, I love this guy and his work. And I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, every video that he puts out there, I watch. I, you know, 9 times out of 10, I'll agree with him. There'll be some moments where I might not agree, but, it's not perfect. But almost every time he's spot on with what he discovers, what he pretty much um, like points out and describes and analyzes. So I really hope you enjoy this video. I'll just be reacting to it as if I were just watching it on my phone or a computer or whatever. And then afterwards, I'll give my 2 cents on it, on whatever he says or provides like information on. I'll give my personal opinion. And yeah, here we go. Here goes nothing.
If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was,
There goes
then you've come to the right
title.
place. Secret societies,
Says,
mystery religions,
Santa Claus tasted
and
up
the
the
Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not
Santa Claus
anymore,
tasted up the
because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it.
The animation, whoever did the
Because
animation,
this is a
did
call
a great
for
job.
an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Well, Santa Claus takes it up the chimney, of course, up the chimney. You know, after he delivers the presents, he takes all the rest of his bag, his tote bag, right up the chimney. Or, I mean, you might have been thinking something else that he does, and I'm sure that's true too. Santa, of course, a representation of Satan, but of course we're called insane and crazy about it. But I want to talk about it today because there's many people who don't know this, and there's some of you who do, but you might want to be re-educated on it, or you might just want a good laugh making fun of the ridiculousness that is Christmas. Now, I know Christmas is one of the hardest things to separate from in the awakening process because it brings back such good memories for most people, right? The time of year, it's a time of year, unfortunately, that everybody acts nicer to each other. It's a time of year where family gets together. You know, all the music gets everybody, Christmas and snow. And look, Christmas has nothing to do with the birth of Jesus Christ. And until people can realize that and separate from it, Christmas is just going to continue to grow and just escalate out of control, which is what it is at this point, because you even have these celebrities celebrating Christmas and they're not even Christian. That should be enough of an awakening sign for people to go, yeah, why is like Ellen DeGeneres? Why do all these TV shows have Christmas trees up if they're openly Jewish and they're not followers of Christ? Well, that's because they're celebrating the winter solstice. That's really what it is. Now, if you follow my channel, I cover these solstices and these equinoxes all the time. These are, periods during the year, these 4 periods where rituals are performed, magic is at its, we're told that this is a time of year where the seasons change, right? Yeah, technically, of course, the weather does change. There are, times of year, obviously it snows in December and it's warm in June, unless you live, somewhere insane like northern Canada or perhaps the North Pole, which of course has nothing to do with the North Star. But that's another part. we'll get into. Let's talk about Christmas in general and what it really, really is. Now, most people believe that Jesus was born. Actually, there's a lot of people that believe Jesus' real birthday is September 11th. Now, I can't obviously confirm that, and I don't know for sure. But in lots of the things that I've read over the years, there is no correlation between Jesus' birth and Christmas. This is about winter solstice. This is them mixing holidays. You know, they took these traditions, these pagan slash Wiccan slash occultic traditions, and then they tell you, oh, well, it's Christmas, it's Jesus' birthday. And people don't want to, separate from it because they go, well, even if it's not, we need a day to celebrate it. Well, there's actually scripture in the Bible that talks about not partaking in these types of holidays. Jeremiah chapter 10, verses 2 through 5, specifically talks about it. Listen to this. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with an axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. They are upright as a palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. But be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. So, it's talking about these traditions, and these traditions come from Babylon, like most of the traditions in today's world. Now, some believe Osiris's birthday is actually on Christmas, but really and it could very well be, but it's correlated with Nimrod, right? Is anyone familiar with Nimrod? I'm sure you've called somebody a Nimrod before. You've looked at someone and called them a Nimrod. Well, Nimrod is just this embarrassment, walking around, he's carrying his tree here. You can see pictures of Nimrod. And Nimrod is just, he's a total douche. Let's be realistic here. Another one of these pagan gods who can't even come out and say, this is who we're really worshiping, because they're so embarrassed to admit they worship him, just like they're embarrassed to admit that they worship Satan. They all are, because they never do. They just pretend that they're atheist. Egyptian and Babylonian antiquities identify Nimrod's mother as Semiramis, and his birthday is celebrated on the 25th of December. Sometimes Semiramis is referred to as the mother of Nimrod, and sometimes as his wife, leading to a belief that Nimrod married his mother, which, that shouldn't surprise anybody. Take a look around Hollywood. Take a look around these elite families, these bloodlines that are all incestual. Now, Nimrod, because of the tradition surrounding his wife slash mother, Semiramis, whatever you want to call this freak, is looked at as the child god. Isn't that interesting? The child god. Because they believe that he was the child of his wife. Huh? Exactly. You can't make this stuff up. Now, the tree, like I said, obviously goes back to, you can even see the photos of Nimrod carrying the tree around. Another thing about Christmas, if you look at the traditions of Christmas, you can start with Santa, right? Obviously, we always hear about Santa Claus. Unfortunately, we always hear about Santa Claus. This big, this big old man in his jolly red suit going down breaking and entering into people's homes to give candy and toys to little boys and girls. Nothing creepy about that. But it's important to note, because a lot of these idiots out there, they go, oh, the Christians are so dumb because Santa and Satan have similar letters. They think it's the same person, and because it's wearing red and we're supposed to, all this ridiculous crap. But I've talked about H.P. Blavatsky, another one of these, just satanic creatures. You can see this old hag for yourself that they follow, just like Crowley. Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
Imagine waking up next to this Christmas morning. Or any morning. Goodness gracious. What's the saying from the Christmas story? You'll shoot your eye out? Yeah, you might.
I promise you I'm not acting right now. That was obviously...
And she's supposed to be the mother of the New Age movement. In her book, The Secret Doctrine, Volume 2, she says that the name of Satan isn't important. It's the letters S-A-N-T-A, S-A-N-A-T, S-A-T-A-N.
It is creepy. Like that picture of her.
And it's just the letters and the mixing of the letters that matter. and the power of, the worship of Satan.
Corner of my eye.
So that's something to keep in mind. Another thing with Christmas is you have the elves, right? We always hear about the elves. We got Will Ferrell, of course, Will Ferrell playing Elf in that famous movie Elf. But if you even just look up the basic definition of what an elf is, a supernatural creature of folk tales, typically represented as a small elusive figure in human form with pointed ears and magic powers, right?
That was unfortunate.
And on top of all that, what do we always hear about? The magic of Christmas, right? The magic of Christmas. I mean, I never, what's so magical about it? If it's, you wake up and your mom and dad give you a couple presents, but they make it, the magic of Christmas, because these magical figures like Satan or Santa, the elves, you got the Yule log, right? Everybody knows about the Yule log. That's also connected to the occult. The Yule log, is supposed to, if you look up the Wiccan meanings or the Wiccan traditions, the Wiccans, and I even covered this when I did the video on Sabrina the Teenage Witch, they talked about how the Yule log was supposed to keep evil spirits and negativity at bay. That's what they would claim in there. But if you look into other occult teachings about the Yule log, it's really just pretty much, to me, it's contradicting a lot of the stuff that you read about it. And I look at it and I just go, huh? And I've actually read accounts where people claim that the purpose of the Yule log, lighting it on Christmas Eve, we have the Yule log on TV for 24 hours that people put on in their home and they just leave it on and they don't even realize what they're doing, is actually to summon the spirits of Nimrod. And, they believe he's risen from the dead. I mean, the entire holiday, if you look into every single tradition about it, is connected to quote-unquote paganism, but really these are traditions of the occult, practices of Satanism. And of course, they'll tell you there's two different things, because they'll tell you that they don't worship Satan, but let's be realistic. Of course they do. And the bottom line is that it's not Jesus' birthday, and I'm not here to condemn people, because I understand how hard it is to wake up from it. I'm not here to say, whatever you do, that's between you and God. Okay, I'm just here to show you this stuff. I said that with Halloween too. I know I could sit here and say, well, if you do this, this is what's going to happen. But that's not the kind of person I am, because I'm not here to judge specific sins. I'm not here to sit here and play that role. All right, I'm just here to notify you. If you're somebody who wakes up and thinks Christmas morning is Jesus' birthday, that is complete fabrication. It's not even close. It's a celebration of the solstice. The traditions are based off of Nimrod. If you even look into other cultures, the thing I always laugh at Krampus. I think there might even be a horror movie on Krampus, but you can see Krampus. Look at the Baphomet. I mean, really, you got the horns. The definition, of course, of Krampus. This is just Wikipedia's definition, but it's the easiest one to read. It's a horned figure described as half goat, half demon, who during the Christmas season punishes children who have misbehaved. I mean, it sounds like it has everything to do with Jesus. We got the Baphomet over here in the Central European folklore. And over here in America, we have Santa, who's, going down the chimney to, give little toys to little boys and girls while their parents are, passed out. I mean, it's just it's too much. It's too much, but I wanted to point it out to everybody out there. If you don't know, you can obviously do your own research on it.
Oh, thank God.
If you want to look into more detail, the origins of Nimrod and, the relationship with his mother/wife and all this other stuff, and Osiris's connection, the connections of any traditions that I might have left out. I'm sure there's a connection to, the stockings and everything else, which, I don't even need to go into further detail on, because all you should need to know is what I read pretty much in Jeremiah chapter 10, verses 2 through 5. For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth the tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold, right? How many Christmas songs talk about deck the halls, and silver and gold, silver bells? Well, let us bring him silver and gold, right? But they want you to believe that's about, the birth of Jesus, and they were going to bring him silver and gold coins. I don't think so. This is an indoctrination which has been going on for so long. And Christmas is honestly, in the awakening process, one of the hardest things I've had to do with helping people wake up is getting past Christmas. It's like they're just like not going to do it. That's the one thing they won't do. They don't want to hear it. They're like, well, I don't don't celebrate a tree. I celebrate Jesus' birthday. And it's because it's something so ingrained in all of us in America and in other countries too, but specifically in America, it's so ingrained in us. And it's just, they literally have Christmas in July in this country, preparing for the winter solstice. That's how insane it is. So just be aware of that. I wanted to make people aware. Thank you for listening to today's show. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. God bless all of you and your families.
So that was interesting. But my 2 cents on it is that, for the most part, he made good points. I'm not really here to give like my strict personal opinion on it or whatever. It's more just like kind of reviewing what he had to say. And for the most part, what he had to say was pretty spot on. And actually, he added some new information that I wasn't even aware of. So, yeah, that was pretty good. As for whether if I'm going to celebrate or not, I mean, I'll say yes, only because it's kind of like what he was saying. It's been ingrained in my mind and heart for so long that honestly, to me, I'm not even worried about like gifts or anything like that. I'm just pretty much, I want to spend time with the family, time that I haven't spent with them throughout the year. I kind of like do my best or try my best to spend time with them like around this time and on Christmas Day, obviously. And yeah, but that's me. I mean, that's my opinion or whatever. That's what I'm gonna do. Comment in the comment section below if you are gonna celebrate Christmas or not, and why. And if you think what he said, and the information that he brought to the table was, good information, solid, or it could be refuted. Yeah, just let me know in the comment section below. And as always, like, subscribe to the channel. There will be hopefully a bunch more of these coming soon. These videos where I record myself reacting to um, channels that I've subscribed to throughout time, and just kind of like watch the videos and record my reaction to them, give my personal opinion, or agree or disagree. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you for stopping by. Take care and peace out.